There are shows in this world that we will never fully understand, except Ghost Adventures. We have watched every episode to build our obsession, our fandom.
Watching alongside each other because no one we know really gives a damn. Watching Zach and crew catch groundbreaking proof of the paranormal, inspiring us to explore our own interest in otherworldly phenomena. This is our podcast. We are Paranormal Putas.
Sometimes I feel like, because we always do some kind of or like in my mind it's already a part of the intro, like when it's like we are paranormal, but I expect a
and the crowd goes crazy. It's just we're the crowd and no one's really going crazy.
No, they're like oh, stop.
You guys,
you're
making us blush. Oh shit! Hey everybody, it's me, Leah,
and it's me, Bethany,
and we're the Paranormal Putas.
What? Oh, I'm on the wrong show.
Gotta go. You guys, we are losing our minds because it's season 5 Aftershocks, baby. Can you believe?
Yeah, season 5. We're still alive.
Hanging on by a thread.
It was a long one, bro.
Dude, this season started on Valentine's Day of 2023.
Yes.
And we sit here today, like, what is it, the 20th of January?
Late January of 2024. And we're barely wrapping it up.
Let's put a bow on it, man.
Bro, and I think we ended with the last Ghost Adventures episode we had was like months ago.
Yeah.
It was like before October, like I think it was like August or something.
We were so done with Ghost Adventures this season, but we had everything that we did was so meaty, and we had so many good like interviews, and we're definitely going to dive into all that. But yeah, we wrapped Ghost Adventures early on in season 5. But we just kept going. We should have called it quits then.
Well, that's the thing is like, we usually do with the whole like Ghost Adventures and then something special, Ghost Adventures, a special.
Try to match it.
Yeah, but like we just had so many specials lined up. We actually we had to move some for next season.
Yeah.
Like we already have shit for next season that we're like, sorry guys, like you're coming, I swear.
I know
like,
we recorded you a year ago.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's really
it is
good.
cool.
And we're excited to bring you all that. Like, so there's more putas on the way.
Yeah.
But we got to wrap this baby up and really dig into what we accomplished season 5 because it was a fucking beast.
Yeah, this is usually like I love our Aftershocks because it's like where we get to air our grievances and just kind of critique ourselves and let the people know, like
we're
the behind the scenes and like
trying.
Yeah, like that's why I love this. So I personally would like to start with the Ghost Adventure stuff. So because we have so much other stuff to kind of touch on.
I agree.
So this season with Ghost Adventures, what? Your face says some shit to me right now.
Trash. It just really wasn't that great.
Yeah. I feel like every episode we were like, meh. You know,
I think out of the whole season, we maybe gave 2 episodes more than like 3 claws.
Yeah.
Like everything was real low rating.
Yeah.
Like it just wasn't that entertaining for us. And that's a bummer, but we're going to be honest about it,
Yeah.
Like we got 30 seasons of this show to get through. Not all of them are going to be golden gems, like shit. And season 5 just wasn't the best.
Yeah, season 5 wasn't the vibe.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't. It wasn't at all.
But what were your favorite episodes for season 5 Ghost Adventures?
There were some good ones. The one that, of course, sticks out for me, like my favorite episode of season 5 was Yorktown Memorial Hospital.
Woo!
That is the episode, if you're not familiar, where Zaddy Bagans takes off his shirt to antagonize the nuns, the spirit of the nuns of Yorktown Memorial Hospital. Because they don't like tattoos. And Zaddy's got a big one on his back. And he had to just show off his ripped back and his muscles. And he's like, you don't like my tattoos? Let me take off my shirt and show you.
Yep. And then it was a Zach back attack.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. That's probably the only episode I didn't fall asleep during.
You were waiting. She was waiting for that moment.
But it was really cool, and we'll talk more about this, I'm sure, later. But we got to tie Yorktown into an actual experience in season 5. Like, we actually got to go to that location. So to get to watch Zach in that moment and then get to stand in that exact spot where Zach ripped off his shirt on a hot Texas night. Woo! Your girl's living her dreams over here, baby.
It's getting warm under this collar. It's getting warm under here.
I know, I'm in my Udi right now.
She's sweating. She's sweating.
It's steaming in this baby. If you watch the YouTube, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's a sauna in here.
But what about you? What were you feeling this season?
So when we were going down the list, I was like, man, my favorite episode really was the first one. Fucking Wayside Inn.
Wayside
Valentine's
was good.
Day special.
Yeah.
I love that, one, it was their Valentine's special, so it made it our Valentine's special.
it
I
was
love
sweet.
that we kind of like did that.
Connected it,
And
yeah.
then like 2, we recorded that one. That was like one of the first big ones we really recorded of us doing Ghost Adventures. And we had like that cute little setup. and we
our
was,
little
like,
wine.
Drinking sangria. We had like dead roses.
We was doing the most.
I wore
It was cute.
velvet.
We did. We wore dresses.
Yeah.
Like, we got dolled up for the
Yeah.
occasion. It was really cool. And you're right. It was our first like real video for our YouTube, and it was an experience.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Wayside was really good.
And my favorite part of the Wayside Inn was Zach's poem to Jerusha. You remember that? So there were a few moments in that episode that like really made it top tier for me.
Yeah.
And that was 1, Zach falling in the ice.
Yes.
And I'm like replaying that shit over and over.
It was good.
2, the poem.
Ooh, the poem.
And I would like to play that poem for us.
Oh, we're so lucky.
Oh God.
Jerusha, your smile glows like a butterfly, and when we... What are you... Oh, you okay, man?
That's Zach falling.
You're right.
Ouch. So Jerusha, your smile like a butterfly or some shit. Ouch.
What does that mean,
No
Zach?
fucking idea.
He's such a zero effort type
It's
dude.
so good. But like the rest of the poem is, you're like a sunshine of my eyes, 'cause when I look at you, I am surprised. Your smile glows like snow. And that's about as far as he got, and then he was like, it's so stupid, Zach, so stupid.
And then he starts beating himself up.
Stupid.
Typical Aries energy. He's like, it's not good enough.
Yeah. But then that's when he comes in with the, your smile, Jerusha. Your smile glows like a butterfly. And that's when he falls, and he's like, wow. That's great. It's great.
Ouch.
And that's my favorite part of like the entire season.
Yeah. That's it, man. Those were the highlights for sure. So, I mean, season 5 really of Ghost Adventures. I mean, are we going to rate it? Is there any more to say about it?
I don't feel like there's much more to say about it. Like,
I'll make one note.
What?
I feel like we're starting to get more of that Nick-Zach tension.
oh yeah,
Because
that's right.
I found it interesting because during this season is when, if you're a Ghost Adventures fan, Nick and Zach kind of their what would you call it? Like their beef rose back up in the paranormal community.
Oh
and
yeah,
everybody's talking
yeah.
about
Like
it.
just outside of the show
Yeah.
itself, like it just so happened.
Yeah, because
this
I was like,
way.
that's really weird because we're in season 5 and they're kind of already like touch and go,
Mm-hmm.
and then this whole beef resurfaced because Nick was gonna come out and like tell the truth of what happened with him and Zach.
And like, what even happened with that?
Yeah.
Didn't
Side
even,
note, he
like-
didn't. Like,
yeah, it didn't even
no,
happen.
no, not
Like we
really.
were waiting. I was like checking. I don't even do Twitter or X. And I was checking that shit
You were.
every day. And I would send Leah updates like, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet.
Everyone's waiting.
Everybody's waiting. It hasn't
Because he
happened
probably
yet.
got hit with that like a fucking
NDA.
NDA. Like motherfucker, you signed this, dude.
Yeah.
Like you can't be saying nothing. Because I think he made one comment. Anyways, I'm getting us off topic because we talked about it in the season 5. But
I think this is fine to talk about that episode here. I mean, was a part of our
it was part of the
Ghost
season.
Adventures, you know.
I guess that's fair, yeah, because we did our episode titled Just the Tip.
Just the tip.
As in tip of the iceberg, you pervs.
Because it really is a fucking iceberg, their
was.
drama.
Yeah.
Maybe we can like do a whole episode
like
or
deep
something. A
dive?
deep dive on it.
I would
yeah.
love that.
Because like you said, and even earlier on, like a couple seasons ago, we were talking about this. We were like, ooh, the tension's building, the tension's
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
Every season, the tension's
gets a
built
little-
a little bit more. And it's like they're in less shots together. And they're like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of doing their own thing. And yeah. And like you can just feel like Nick pulling the rope, like trying to tug
yeah.
it more his way.
Yeah.
But Zach is such an alpha that he's like, nah, bro. Like,
Good try.
You're not, good try.
Nice try.
It's like my image is like tug of war, and like Nick just falls on his face, and Zach just pulls once, you know, and he's like in the mud. Like,
I love that that's your image because when you said alpha, I know lie went straight to Twilight where,
yeah.
where Jacob's like, I'm the son of evil. And he finally
a chief.
and he finally stands up for
Yeah.
his little self. Like that's what it was. But yeah, so we see a lot of that in season 5, and it was really cool again to kind of hash out that beef in a little sub episode for Ghost Adventures because it is still a mystery. Like we can make assumptions based on the characters that they portray, but it's still we want to know.
Yeah, but it also, like, at the end of the day, it's business.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, if they weren't playing well together and they weren't going to try to do it, it was
Yeah.
always going to rip apart.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And obviously, the success of Ghost Adventures was not affected at all.
No.
At all. And it does make me a little sad to see Nick, like, not make it to that height on his own. Like,
Yeah.
I think he thought he would.
Yeah.
You know? And I think he's obviously trying. And his
Yeah.
shit's good and all, but, like,
yeah.
it's nowhere near.
Yeah.
No one is near
No.
the level of Ghost Adventures.
Not at all.
Like,
And I feel bad because people will be like, oh, do you watch this show or that show? Like when we're meeting you guys at like festivals and stuff like that. And I always feel like an asshole because I'm like, no. Like I really don't watch any other.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch some episodes. Like what did I watched Portals to Hell, the Yorktown episode.
Yeah,
Because
me
we
too.
were going to Yorktown.
that was fun to watch just because we were there.
Yeah. So like I'll watch things
Or
like
same
that.
with the Haunted Hill House.
Yes. Yeah,
like
yeah.
whenever we go to a place, like I'll watch whatever
Yeah.
episode on any channel.
Yeah, but I'm not going back to it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not binging it. I'm not
Yeah.
fucking podcasting about it. I'm not trying to make it my life's work. I'm only doing that for Ghost Adventures.
Yeah,
Like-
me too. Well, I think it's a couple things. One, it's generational. You know, we're old
Yeah.
peoples. We grew up on the TVs. You know, not the
Yeah.
YouTubes. Like we
That's
saw
fair.
YouTube come to life.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
like we
yeah.
weren't born in it.
It's true. And I still don't know how it works. So we're trying. We're trying.
So yeah, I don't know. Ghost Adventures is just kind of iconic in a way that some others aren't yet.
Yeah. No. Totally.
And I
agree.
do feel bad for Nick about that, but you know, he's obviously doing fine.
Oh yeah. No.
He's got a great career.
Oh yeah. He's
you
doing what
know.
he loves. Fan base is there. You know the diehards, and I respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. All good. It's all good.
Do you, baby?
We're not here to hate. We're not here to hate. Well, else I don't want to get like sued or like slapped with some weird shit. Like, we're good. So let's bring it back to Ghost Adventures. How many claws would you give this season then?
Bro, in my notes I wrote like 2.5 to 3 claws.
Yeah.
Like I'm somewhere in there. I haven't like fully decided.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm sitting more 2.5.
Yeah.
Because if I can really only talk about 2 episodes that were like either funny or good or entertaining, and like we didn't even talk about evidence.
Yeah.
There was really nothing evidence-wise that really kind of
Yeah.
like stood out.
Yeah, that was like super
And
groundbreaking.
yeah. And if there was, I forgot about it. Wasn't that great? So 2.5.
I mean, they did have some interesting tech in this season, but
Yeah.
nothing that really stuck.
Yeah.
like that conductor thing.
Oh,
Like we
yeah.
see that like a couple times, but it
Yeah,
kind
the
of
Jacob's
falls.
ladder.
Yeah, it falls to the wayside.
Yeah.
And that's how you know like it's like just kind of an experimental piece of tech and not something
Right.
that's like super standard or like, because these guys even like help create that standard. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
with the SLS cameras and stuff and all of that, like they're the ones that are kind of at the forefront because they have the money
Yeah.
and the resources, and that guy Billy Crystals. Just didn't.
name.
I know, but you know how I call him Billy Crystals.
All Billy's are Billy Crystals.
All Billy's are Billy Crystals. And he creates all that shit, you know, and he's like at the forefront of the creation of those items, and they're buds with him.
Yeah,
So
it's so cool though.
yeah,
So yeah, 2.5 claws for Ghost Adventures season 5.
yeah,
That's my stamp it.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with that too then,
right on.
man.
So I think that's enough time about Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, I
'cause,
think
like,
that kind of wraps it. And like, also, I feel like with the length of this season,
Yeah.
the Ghost Adventure stuff was really only like 3/4 of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
we had so
it's
much.
like-
Yeah. Woo, baby, this was heavy, and we appreciate you guys going along for the ride. But let's really talk about the amazing people we talked to this
Yeah.
season. So fucking cool, the people that we got
Yeah.
to work with, meet, network with. Just so much we did this season that we've never really done before, and it's just so cool to kind of reflect on all that, especially with you guys, because y'all are all a part of it. So like, I guess let's just jump in. How do we want to do this?
I want to start from the top, baby. Make it drop.
Whoa, watch out. I got a bad bag, girl.
Me too.
So kick it off. Where do we start?
So our first guest of the season was Finding the Paranormal.
Oh yeah, Jose.
Jose.
Yeah. Finding the Paranormal. Dang, dude, it feels like
100 years ago.
100 years ago that we talked to Jose.
Yeah. Jose of Finding the Paranormal. Shout out to him.
Hell yeah, man.
Not only did we interview him, we also got to see him out at some festivals and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And he does he was doing that investigation at Stickers and Stars, I think that
Yeah,
night. That
in San
night,
Antonio,
And
yeah.
that shit's always really entertaining. Like his stuff that he captures at Stickers and Stars is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, he also spends a lot of time at the Jefferson Hotel and captures some really cool stuff. So like to have him on and get his perspective and just talk to people in the community is always so cool. So shout out to Finding the Paranormal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was a really great way to kind of kick off the season as well. You know, especially because I don't know, I love that community out in San Antonio, man.
Yeah.
Like they're just fucking badass.
We love San Antonio. Like adopt us, San
I
Antonio.
know, like please.
That's where we really belong.
That's like I feel like that's where our peoples are. You know, like they get us. You know what I mean? Like they understand what we're going for here,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
appreciate it the way we appreciate them, and like.
Oh yeah, they've been so welcoming and so cool, and everyone just so down to like work together and stay in communication with each other. Like it really is just an awesome little community, and that really led us into like our second guest too, with
Dan Hasta la Muerte.
Exactly, thank you. And he's another just awesome advocate in the paranormal community. He does some really cool stuff, does amazing history in San Antonio and all across Texas. So really cool to hear his personal experiences from childhood all the way to most recent. And again, we just love giving you guys these different stories and perspectives, especially with people who not only believe but do work in the community in the paranormal. So it's just really cool.
Yeah. And shout out to Dan for giving us some swag. Like,
Oh, dude, yeah.
But you know, we had an event which we'll get into later, and it was really awesome. Just the support that you know we saw him on my birthday.
You did, yeah. We went to San
person.
Antonio on Bethany's birthday and met up with some really cool people. Dan contributed to our swag bags. We got the Paranormal Journal out there getting us some stuff. So just really, again, everyone just being so fucking nice to us, and we're always gonna want to give back to these people because they've been so gracious with us. So very thankful to have them on the show this season. It was cool.
Yeah, that show was awesome, and I also use Dan's like trailer, because we do like the trailers for our episodes and stuff. I used his trailer at our event too. So you know, anytime we're out in the world doing something, you know, we like to hype everybody else up too, you know. So it's kind of like,
we do our best for sure.
You know, like, you know, we had an auditorium filled with people and we were like, here's Dan's story, you know?
Like, check your swag bags. You
got some shit from him.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it was. And that, you know, again with, you know, the San Antonio peeps, we've got Rigor Mortis Paranormal came on the show.
Oh, those guys were so fun.
They were so fun.
They were
man.
so fun. It was like really like kicking it with like your cousins or something. Like their stories were just so good and funny. They were just such chill vibes. Yeah. Like I really enjoyed talking with them.
Me too. I feel like with these guys, it was like talking to our uncles or something, you know? It was like sitting out, you know, in the backyard on a Friday night drinking beer and just like talking paranormal. Yeah. And that's my favorite. Like it was so much fun. And they actually opened up a new boba shop in town. And so they were there at the boba shop and it was just cool. Like,
So those guys were awesome. And then we got into with, was it Isabel next?
Yeah, Isabel Pettit.
So then, after that, we had Isabel Perez, who was the author, or is the author, excuse me, of The Evil Among Us. And we met her at Paranormal Fest 2022. Yeah. And she reached out to us on Facebook. Just circling back, we kept that communication and we got to have her on to share her stories. Really good stuff. And you can get her book on Amazon if you want to like listen to the episode. And if you like what you hear, definitely get the book so you can get all the details. The full story. It's really crazy. And like that's cool to say, hey, we had an author on our show. Like, you know, just throwing it out there. Someone with a published book. Nebegs. Very cool. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, thank you to her for being willing to come on our show and take that time and talk with us. So very appreciative.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a lot of celebrities on this year. Like we had Isabel, and now we're going into Teffy.
Oh, like Teffy with the best tacos in all the land.
Unfortunately, she's not selling them anymore out of the truck. I think she does them out of her house every now and again.
Yeah, like
you know?
You can order, cater, something.
Yeah, you can cater some stuff, which I want.
You have to.
Her birria is fucking insane.
Amazing.
So insane. Like, you can taste the love.
I was going to say that woman cooks with love.
Yeah.
God damn it, and it's delicious.
You can taste it.
Let it dribble down your chins.
Yeah, talking with her was fun. Again, like, you know, kind of like a long lost sister or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, she's just like just a lot of fun. And
she's very bubbly. Very energetic. Fun. And like even as she was saying some of the scariest shit we'd like ever heard, she's laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is wrong? I was like,
she fits right the fuck in, right?
It was perfect. Like, how are we sitting here cackling and you're talking about like demons and
shaking
shit?
your
like,
bed like the Exorcist and shit.
And we're like fucking horrific, dude. Horrific. Oh my god.
And then, then we had,
I'm not looking.
Yeah, we had Jake and Albert of the Austin Seance on the show this year or last year. Man, I look up to those guys so fucking much.
So much.
Like, I admire the shit out of them.
Yeah, I agree. They're so... Damn, they just know what the fuck they're talking about. They present everything so beautifully. Like, it's so thought out. It's so consistent. Like, we've seen them now a couple times or been around the circuit with them, I guess. But they're just so fucking cool. And the way that they present what they do, like, you know that they love it. You know that they respect it. And it just forces you to respect them so much more because they're so serious about what they do. And they just... I don't know, all the kind words, the Austin Seance. Please follow them, support them, become a Patreon, do what you have to do because these guys are legitimate.
Yeah, like you can tell that it is just so well curated. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even talking to Jake and Albert, like they'll tell you, like, they've been honing this craft in for years. Yeah. Like probably most of their lives. And you can fucking tell because it's such a beautiful experience. It really man. Is. Oh, yeah, it's so
cool.
Good.
It's so cool.
So good.
And I love that we'll get to talk about them like multiple times throughout season 5. Like it's so cool. So it was really cool to have them early on as interview guests because they come back and support us in a really big way throughout the end of season 5. So we love Jake and Albert and we will always support, repost, do what we have to do because we think everyone needs to experience that magic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, absolutely.
Who's next? This is fun.
Another, fucking Purgatory Candle Company.
Oh my.
Man, the ladies of Purgatory Candle Co. Which
I fangirled. Like, I feel like such a cheese ball, but I was like, they're two badass Latinas who are out there making the most beautiful horror-based candles. They're based in California. They have such a huge reach, and so many people love their stuff. And then they have ghost stories to tell. Yeah. Like, how are these like the coolest, fucking baddest bitches in the land? And they were on our show?
Yeah. How?
Like, dude.
Why?
I was telling Bethany, like, this is it. Like, we've peaked. Like, we fucking peaked, bro. Like, we got Purgatory Candle Company coming on the show.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. I was so thankful. I love those girls.
Me too. And like their candles are fucking art.
Yeah.
Man. Like I showed one of my candles to someone once and they were like, don't burn that.
Yeah, you can't.
Like it's fucking art.
You can't burn them.
And to know that they're made in a haunted location makes it even better. Like
Makes
how
it
cool
so
is
good.
that? Like
So good. Yeah, those ladies are badass. Purgatory Candle Company, fucking shout out.
dude, I feel like it just gets like, we're just gonna be cheesing over everybody, bro. After them, we had Ghost Seekers. Fucking Ghost Seekers, man.
These, I say they're kids because there's a couple years difference in our age for sure. But like these guys, all the fucking respect because they are no bullshit.
No fucking bullshit. And it's so crazy because because we're ancient, we say kids, but they're adults, you know, they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
But god damn it. Like
I wasn't doing that at 20.
like just the editing, the skill, the storytelling. Like they're fucking top tier, and I can't believe that they're not like more famous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I think that they will be one day. I think they have so far to go. They're gonna go fucking places, and they're so fun. They're so humble, and they're just talented.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like their quality is just so good, and they're consistent, man. They're constantly putting out quality stuff, and it just blows my mind. Again, like at 20 years old, I was like working at the mall, getting high, like watching Ghost Adventures. Like I was not that
You
driven.
was at Torrid and I was at Hot Topic, and we was just living that life.
I was not that fucking driven and motivated. Like I didn't have that vision. So to know that they have it and they're really like driving it, like to Bethany's point, they're going places. Follow those guys. They're top notch. Ghost Seekers. Yeah.
And I hope we get to work with them in some other way again in the future. Cause,
invite us out. Let's come, please.
Because I really do. I look up to those guys.
Yeah.
Like just their quality and consistency. Like I strive for it.
Oh yeah, man. It's insane. Like the content and the creating, and as we kind of get deeper in what we're doing, like.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of work, and to see people have such amazing quality, it's like, dang, dude, we got work to do.
Yeah,
they really set us a standard and a bar that we're reaching for it.
Yeah, we're trying.
This is fun.
This is fun, kind of. Yeah, this is kind of.
I can't believe it.
After that, we had fucking Ed Sweeney.
Ed Sweeney was something totally different for us, and top fucking notch.
Top tier.
And it really paid off. Like it was just, I don't know, his storytelling, his ability to really deep dive into the history of the area and what we heard, and just share so beautifully. And he's funny, and again, almost kind of like Jake and Albert. Like his shit's curated, it's tight. He knows what the fuck he's presenting, and he crushed it. Like I think that was one of the first ones where we just sat there and listened.
Yeah,
like we didn't
like for real. It was like being in class or something.
Yeah.
But like you were enthralled to listen. You weren't falling asleep. You were just like,
this is crazy. And we actually got messages about that episode. Like that was different for you guys. Like that was really something we never really heard before with y'all. We really enjoyed it. He was really good. Like we got a lot of feedback on that episode because it really was just a total left for us. Yeah. And I loved that.
Me too. And you know, we had been wanting to work with Ed for a while. Like I think he emailed us the year before.
Yeah.
And we were like at the end of season 4 and we were like, so sorry, dude. Like we promise we're gonna get with you.
Yeah.
Like just hold on tight.
Yeah.
And you know, when we were talking about concepts for the episode, I was like, of course, you know, I want, you know, he's in Massachusetts. So we were like, everybody talks about the Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about the Salem witch trials. We want something native. We want native folklore, you know, and he really fucking showed up with that shit.
Yeah,
he showed up with the history, and I learned so much.
Yeah, man.
And just, his storytelling, you know, he was in radio, so he knows how to really, like, he has that voice that just makes you want to listen.
Yeah, yeah.
So shout out to Ed Sweeney. If you like what you heard on that episode, he put out a book just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
You know, Slightly Odd Fitchburg.
Yeah,
so
it's
check
so
it out.
good. Yeah, and now I know what a puckwudgie is. Or
A puckwudgie. Yeah.
It's kind of like a little duende.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna
definitely
say it's like a duende, man.
tune into that episode. He has some amazing stories. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
And,
good.
and again, Slightly Odd Fitchburg. Look him up.
Oh yeah. Oh man, this one
It keeps getting better.
Okay, let me just stop and say, like, thank you. Like, thank you, everybody who's worked with us, because this list is wild.
Yeah,
like,
this
I
list
look
is
over
crazy.
and I'm like, what? Because next was Lindsay of the Chilling Podcast.
Lindsay Brisbane of Chilling Podcast, yeah.
Dude, her work, it makes me a little sad inside.
Yeah, it puts us to shame.
It puts all other podcasts, because Lindsay is a fucking like master of the craft, and like to hear her talk about how long it took her to put that together.
What was it, like 3 years?
Years.
Just to put out 13 episodes.
Yeah, years. And you can fucking tell the interviews that she gets, the history that she gets, to really dive into the like demonic hauntings that she experienced while living in Ohio was fucking wild. And her shit's blown up, and it blew up quick for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
She's all
it's
over
quality.
the place. It's so quality, dude.
It's so good.
So to have that, like, again, another time I think I was really like speechless. I was like, what do I ask this person or say to this person who's just so fucking on it and has amazing stories? Like, it was classic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you know what's kind of funny is like after we recorded that episode, I was watching a TV show. It was like a haunting or something. She was on it. She was fucking on it. She was fucking like on it telling that story, and I was like, so I mean, she's been just like really curating and putting her story out there for a good long time.
Yeah.
And I think it was told best on her platform because she had full control of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that episode was really good, but her shit's way better.
Oh yeah, no, she's top tier, and it was actually our most listened to episode of season 5.
Yeah.
Like when I looked at our Wrapped, like our highest episode was Lindsay's episode,
Yeah.
and for a reason. Her story
Her
is
story's crazy.
fucking crazy, and she tells it beautifully. I mean, she lived it. So it was just great. Tune into that if you haven't heard the Lindsay, and then definitely check out Chilling Podcast, because how can you not?
Yeah,
Like,
to
it's
get the
fucking
whole,
nuts.
you get the whole in-depth everything
It's
on that show.
wild, yeah. Just promise you'll come back to us after.
Yeah,
you heard it. Don't leave us for Lindsay. Just go see her on the side, and then you come back. No, that's great.
And then after Lindsay, we had Gabby of 7 Octobers.
Oh, I love Gabby.
Me too. I love Gabby.
Gabby's just so cool and down to earth, and talking to her, you can really feel the respect that she has for the culture, for the stories, for how she shares and presents herself. Like, she's just an artist, and she's really out there making her moves, networking, building, and it's just really cool to see that and get the opportunity to work with somebody in a different state. She's out in California, you know, and she's always down to chat with us, and we got mad love for Gabby.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love how, you know, kind of like us, I feel like her one show should be a whole network.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
she covers so many things that she loves. And I love that, you know, because that's very similar to us. Like, you know, we have the ghost adventures, we have the paranormal stuff, we have the specials. Like, it could be so many different shows in one, you know? And so I just have mad respect for that, especially knowing how much work that takes. Like, it takes a lot of fucking work. And I can't believe she's like doing it.
Yeah.
Just her.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking crazy.
It's wild.
And she's starting that podcast with her sister too. So.
Oh yeah. So that's really awesome. Again, really good people, and so cool that we got to work with her for the second time.
For the second time. Hell yeah.
We love it. We're waiting for the third. Who's next?
We had Consuelo and Frank, our first live like recording.
Dude.
Like actual recording.
Yeah, like shout out to Frank and Consuelo, and really Consuelo, because she reached out to us. We met her at a glass coffin event.
Yes.
An Easter event. She came to our booth. We were chatting it up for a little while. She's an East Side girl. She's like, oh, I got some stories. And time passed, and then she reached out to us. We got together, had like a little meeting, and I think it's been like, it was the start of a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
Like, these guys have been so supportive of us and letting us go to Curia Arcanum and just really rock it and hold it down.
Yeah.
So and be in their space, and they allowed us in their space multiple times just to be us and talk to them, and they're so cool. And how did we get here?
I know, right? It was such an honor. Like, God, the space Frank has created is just gorgeous.
Beautiful. It's
It's fucking gorgeous. It's so macabre. It's so magical.
Yeah.
I just love everything about that shop. It's like,
Agreed.
It's just such a wonderful space, and to sit in there and record with both of them, and then to have like a live audience, you know, in those episodes you can hear people in the background like laughing or like, you know, making comments and shit. And I love that. Like, it's so fun and such like an authentic experience.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Just so cool for us. Like Bethany said, we'd never done that before. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if anybody would show up.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, well, at least our family will be there, right? Like, well, we don't know. And then we were nervous because when you do something like that, you know, Frank and Consuelo are expecting us to bring some people in, right?
Yeah.
And have a good time. And we were nervous, and but it all came together, and it worked, and everybody had a good time, and it was just really cool to have that, because we've never done it. And season 5, we just really threw ourselves in situations to help us grow, and like we were like, we want to do more of this, but to get to do it with these fucking awesome people just made it so much more rewarding. I think, like, just I can't fucking believe it. Sorry, I'm just overwhelmed.
I know, right? Like, seriously, going back through this list, I was like, holy shit. Like, really?
We did that? We did. With them? Okay.
Cool. So, yeah, if you're ever in the Austin area, go check out Curia Arcanum.
Please do it. Yeah.
And then also, Frank has like this super cute trolley. It's like an old school Dillo. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like his like traveling curiosities. Like,
it's so cute.
It's so fucking cool. So
Yeah.
he'll take it out to like different events and stuff. So if you ever see them listed, check them out.
go.
Like, regardless if it's in the store or in the trolley, you're gonna have an experience.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's such a like atmosphere.
God, man, his life is goals. Like, I
I
want
know,
to
bro.
I want to be Frank when I grow up, man. Shit, so cool. Awesome people. Please support him. Check him out.
And then, you know, we kind of wrapped up the season with a couple of our friends. We went to the Brass Tap and did our live investigation. And that was another cool one because that was another live recording. That was our second time. And like, again, you know, you hear people in the background like eating and drinking and partying and like fucking music playing. And then we're listening to this scary stories. And I just feel like it's a different experience, and it really like makes you feel like you're with us partying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love that. No, and I think, 100% for everything you just said. It just, the vibe of it, and it's still a good time. But we heard some real spooky stuff, and then to get the opportunity to investigate after, and like, that was an experience for sure. So much we've learned, and I think know now how to kind of navigate ourselves better too throughout certain scenarios and situations. Like, that was a big deal. Like, to go and set up our equipment and record everywhere, and then have these multiple parties involved, and navigating everyone's tech and, you know, viewpoints, and trying to make it all work. We succeeded at it, you know. We captured evidence, and we had a good time, and then shout out to the Brass Tap and Round Rock, like, really, for giving us the opportunity to go out there and do all that, and like lock the doors for us, and, you know, like, it was just so cool. And I don't even, that was like our first lockdown, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it was like a lockdown.
It was
just
just crazy. And I was like, how are we here?
Yeah.
Like, dude.
That's cool. Nuts. And then I love that we got to go with Aiden of the podcast Susto.
Oh God.
And Ed.
And Ed.
Ghost Guy
Ed, man. And like, shout out to Ed. We've talked about him. Of course, he's in the episode. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. He's starting his paranormal journey.
Yes.
And we were all kind of like, you know, this guy's starting, you know, we're like, what's he gonna be like? And dude came in with like a duffel bag of fucking tricks and treats.
Yes,
like,
bro.
He was on it. So shout out to Ghost Guy Ed. good. He's on Instagram. Please go find him, follow him. I
We
know
gotta
he's gonna
work with
have
him
more
again.
stuff. Oh yeah,
we gotta work with him.
Yeah, no, he's so down.
We're now an investigation team. All right, like now we investigate with it.
He's our ghost guy.
Get your own ghost guy.
Get your own ghost guy. And then of course Sustal, Aiden of Sustal. And I feel like we're gonna dedicate the next like 45 minutes to Aiden because
Aiden praise.
Get ready for us.
Build your altar now.
Because I wish I could hear him now say, "Hey, girlfriends."
I know.
No, we love Aiden, and we were kind of put in a situation to work with him because we had our first festival, right?
Let's get into the festivals. Let's get into the first as far as like events go.
Baby.
Because we had a lot of events this year, which was really cool.
Which was wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
So we did True Crime and Paranormal Podcast Festival.
Yeah.
And we were paired up with Aiden. Like we'd never met each other, never talked to each other.
No.
Like,
Yeah. Is my podcast better than your podcast? Because it's always weird. Like, it's always going to be like, okay, you're getting with a different creator.
Yeah.
And you just don't know if it's going to work. And that's just people, you know? And we were asked to do a panel at the festival together. And I was like, cool, I'm down to do a panel. I'm down to work and see how it goes. And it really was like this weird match made.
It was magic.
In fucking heaven, dude. Like, I was like, who is this guy? And like, why do I love him?
I know. I love you so much. Yeah, what a lucky, fortunate turn of events. You know what I mean? Like, had we, because we could have said no.
Yeah.
And he could have said no.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we all could have been like, no, I want to do my own thing.
Right.
But we all agreed, like, yeah, sure, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're Austin based. We're spooky shit. Like, let's do it. And it really was just like fucking fire.
And
bro.
we crushed.
Yeah,
we
we
crushed.
crushed it. So we did a presentation about the girl who danced with the devil, right? Because we've both done episodes on it.
Yeah.
So we were like, cool, let's just expand that. And we put together a beautiful presentation.
Oh, yeah, top tier.
Gorgeous deck. Okay.
Top tier. Shout out to Aiden and Bethany for that, because I do not make top tier presentations. I think I tried to put it together.
Oh, I got so like,
And Bethany was like, oh, nice try.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
A for effort, I guess. But like,
I was like, I started a new one. I didn't even use the bones of hers.
it was deleted. No one can find that presentation. Bethany set it ablaze.
You're welcome. You're fucking welcome.
No, she crushes. She crushes. But I think that was also really cool because we have the same work ethic, I think, between Sustal and us. Like, we're all really like, we want it to be as great as it can be, and we're willing to dedicate whatever we have to dedicate to get that done. So it was really cool that we matched energies on a couple different frequencies. It was like, okay, we all expect this to be top tier.
Yeah.
And we all expect it to be executed properly. And I think he was kind of taken when we were like, oh, are we going to practice?
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, and as we're in the presentation, he's like, we practiced that, y'all.
Yeah, we practiced a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And we met I think we met at each of our houses.
Yeah.
You know, and a bar. So like we really put our hearts in it, you know, like, and I also think that for me personally, when I'm in a group project, I don't want to let the other person down.
Yeah.
You know,
same.
especially someone that I admire. And like,
Yeah.
I look at their work and his work is fucking insane. It's
Oh my God.
such good quality. Again, another person that I look up to and hope to reach that level of quality.
And
you know?
yeah. He does amazing work. So to get that opportunity to do that with him, and again, we crushed. Like we were at the festival, and we were like, okay, let's see if anyone like even shows up to our panel. Like they put us in the little room, and we were like, okay, that's fair. You know, we're not like the big names here, and you know that didn't bother us. But then the room was filled, and like people were standing.
There was only
in
standing
the back.
room.
There was standing room, and we were like looking out like, what the fuck? Because at that time, one of the big heads was also doing a panel.
Yeah, at the same time. And we were like, what the fuck? Like, they're trying to hoe us. And I'm kidding.
Like, are y'all
We're
in the right
like-
room? Like,
yeah.
big guys over there.
Yeah.
Like, this is Susto and Paranormal Putas. And everyone
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, when we went on, and the room was engaging and
Yeah.
people were laughing and, like,
Even the showrunner said something. She was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
like, damn, didn't expect all that.
yeah, like, even the
Yeah,
showrunners didn't
yeah.
expect us to like pull that big of a crowd. But I mean, I think it was like our powers combined, you
Yeah.
know, like people that had heard of our shows and wanted to see what we had to offer, and
Yeah.
and they expressed like after that panel,
Dude.
man, like people kept coming to us
Like,
the rest of the convention.
y'all were so great. This
Yeah.
was great. Like, yeah, we got such an awesome response. And to after that point, because we went in there and I don't think a lot of people really knew what we did, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it was. That's what we were
That's
there
what
to
it's
do.
about,
Yeah.
yeah.
So once they knew and we got to share little clips from each of our shows and have that moment, like people were like game on.
Yeah.
And we made such awesome connections with other podcasters and there's new fans of the show and like that family. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I went blank, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they came by multiple times. Like we're fucking here for y'all.
Yeah.
And,
And
like,
we saw them again at
Yeah,
Paranormal
Paranormal
Fest.
Fest, yes.
Man, yeah, they're awesome.
like I was like, wait, what? Like
Yeah.
crazy shit. So that was just really cool. And again, to do it with Aiden Asusto, like badass, just
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It was such a great collaboration, and I'm really glad that we said yes to that,
Yeah.
because now we have a friend, and
Oh, yeah.
we have now worked with him a few times. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it started at the convention, and then we did the Brass Tap
Brass
together.
Tap, yeah.
You know, and we did what else did we did? We were on his show.
Yeah.
We did an episode with him.
We did our first feed cross with
our
Suso,
first feed cross. That's what it was.
where we dropped one of his episodes on our platform, and that was just so cool. Like we've never done anything like that before either, to work with another podcast that closely and to be willing to help each other out, support each other, promote each other. Like that's huge. And we're really thankful. He threw us on his feed, we put him on ours, and it was really awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
think that was really
yeah.
cute. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
That was
I
fun.
agree. And then what did he have? Oh, the event at Violet Crown that he had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to work with him
That's
on that, too.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did a lot together this year.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And we went out on Halloween and had some drinks.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, at that bar. Man, that bar was cool.
That bar was cool.
We bought all of the Halloween themed drinks.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
it was on the Halloween theme list, we were like one of each.
One of each,
We lit, and we
please.
were just like rotating drinks. That was fun.
So yeah, no, Aiden holds a spot in our hearts, and we're always game to work with him. And I always feel like we're like, oh, Aiden, let's work together. And I was like, God, I hope he's not getting tired of us.
Yeah, for real. Sorry, bro. Like you can say no. Like we
you
get
can
it.
say
We
no.
get it. We're a lot.
But please go show Susto some love, man. He does some amazing work. Check him out. Yeah,
yeah. And even on his show, his episode that, you know, when we were on his show, you know, we talk about that we cross a lot of content. Like we cover a lot of the same stuff, you know, because we try to focus on the Latino community and like what the legends we grew up with as kids and stuff. And a lot of that aligns. But the great thing is that even so, we present it differently.
So differently.
So you can listen to our episode and then listen to his episode, and you won't feel like you just listened to the same thing.
Right. No,
You know,
100%.
like you'll get some of the same like information, because you know we're research based as well.
Right.
You know, but you know you'll get different little nuggets on
yeah.
each show. Like you know.
Yeah.
So.
No, I totally agree. Again, he's curated in quality, and we're loud, crass, slap it together and hope it sticks, baby.
DIY baby.
Grassroots till I die. Oh man,
And
that's so cool.
I want to get back into the events. 'Cause,
Oh,
like
yeah.
again, we did a lot of
God,
events.
we did so many.
This was our first year doing Psychic Fest
Oh,
out in San Antonio.
yeah, that was fun. And again, so Fred and Steven really have been Butha supporters since day one, man. Like, they reached out to us within our first year and invited us to our first Paranormal Fest. But yeah, this was our first year out there. Psychic Festival, same location, Victoria Black Swan Inn in San Antonio. And it was just so cool. It was a different experience, a different crowd, but we still got to meet and network with some really cool people. And the fact that Fred and Steven ask us to do that or consider us really like that we even crossed their minds because they're so amazing and genuine, and just loving people. Like, it was like, holy shit, like, thank you, like, for real. And we got to work with them multiple times. Like, we interviewed them as well in season 5 for Yorktown Memorial Hospital, because we talked about it in the Ghost Adventures review. And like I mentioned, we went to the location and we went with them. Like, we went on one of their tours, and they do such a beautiful job of history telling that it was just such a cool experience, and I wouldn't fucking change it. Like, all the times we get to work with them, they're just so top tier. Love those guys.
Me too.
It was really cool that they asked us to do that. Anytime they ask anything of us, I'm pretty sure we're gonna say yes. Like, it would take literally us being, I don't know, dead or something to say no. Like,
they are just such fucking wonderful people, man, and so genuine. And I'm gonna talk about them again later, but after Psychic Fest, of course, we did Paranormal Fest, you know, a couple months later, which again, you know, held by, you know, Curious Twins Paranormal, which is Fred and Steven at Victoria Black Swan Inn. But this year we did a different presentation for us. And that, man, y'all, that had me fucked up. That had me, like, it was hard for me.
It did,
Like, it was so hard for me to, like, I don't know why. Like, I wrote the presentation.
You did. It was all
but
you.
It was so hard for me to, like, present it. Me and Leah fucking practiced that shit I don't know how many times. And I was on the verge of crying. And Leah's probably really annoyed with me. And I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And she's just like...
But that's typical. I feel like we go through that every presentation.
But, like, you know, because we'd been doing the same presentation for 2 years, right? So this was our 3rd year. And so we decided to change it up for people that had seen us before. You know, because some people go every year, and we were like, we don't want to feed them the same thing every time. Like, that just, you know.
It's not fun. Because, the first 2 years, it was... I mean, we do our best, right? So we think we do a good job every time, but it really was more like introductory. This is who we are. This is what we do. And we share like little clippets of the show. And then this year, Bethany had the amazing idea for us to deep dive into one of our kind of like, I don't even know, what would you call it? Like kind of a little staple of our show with the portal potties. So if you're an avid puta listener, then you know about portal potties and how we talk about them and how people have experiences in restrooms. And we did like a little deep dive 30-minute presentation on portal potties. And
our theory behind it.
You know?
We created a fucking theory.
Which we still haven't really found or seen anywhere else. So it's our theory. We dubbed it. Portal potties are a thing. Trademarked by the Paranormal Puthas. I'm saying it. It's now recorded. It's out there.
In the ether,
but no, it was just, to Bethany's point, it was something different. And we were really kind of like, how are people going to respond to this? Is this going to like, well, that was more my thinking. I know you were kind of like, because you were the creator of it, and like, is it good? And is it going to, you know, translate well? And I was just like, are people going to laugh? Are they going to have a good time? Are they going to find it educational? And it was also the first time our dad had been to any event. Our dad showed up, and like little
people kept wanting to call him Mr. Puta or like Paranormal Padre and shit.
Like, it was so cool because like our dad doesn't leave the fucking house, y'all. Like he goes to the gym and HEB.
That's it.
That's all he does. Like he's an old retired man. That's his life. So to get him out to San Antonio,
no less,
to go more than a 5-mile radius from his house was a huge deal. And
shock.
And it was so cool because Paranormal Fest really kind of puts us in our element, and we have such a good time, and we meet such great people, and so many people interact with us, and it's just so engaging. And to let our dad see that at least once, it was like, oh shit. And then to see us on stage, and it was like, it was such a proud moment. And then he was like, people were really listening to y'all, and people were laughing. Like I think he was watching the crowd more than he was watching us, because he was like, how are people going to respond to my daughters, you know? So he was being a total dad and like watching everybody, but he was like, it was great, like everybody really liked it. And I was like, we made our dad proud.
I know, that shit made me all like, because like we went out to dinner afterwards, and he got all in serious mode, and he was like,
y'all did fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm real proud of y'all.
Yeah, man. And if you know, you know. Like anytime a big Mexican machismo man like gets emotional or like proud, you're like, oh my god, like it's a different level. Like
It's a big deal.
I'm getting watery.
I know,
right
bro.
now.
Like I'm getting a little choked up. It is a big deal, and especially considering like our name. Like our name is pretty rough for some, especially the older generation, to really swallow.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that he was repping our T-shirt, that he was proud to be in our tent that says real big Paranormal Putas.
Yeah.
And you know, he was all about it, and I love that he's cool with that. You know, I love that. Like, even though I feel like, you know, even though he's like classic machismo Mexican man, he bends a little.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I feel like with the times he grows and he bends, and
yeah.
and I'm really grateful for that.
Yes. It could be real rough.
It could be really bad. Real bad. Yeah. So thanks, Pops.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm totally glad we had that moment with him. And I think we asked for our autographs for the first time ever out there.
Oh yeah, we were asked for our autograph by this girl who was in the audience. She was a little girl. She was so sweet. She was so cute.
So cute.
But we were also asked to sign posters at Mex Americon.
Oh shit, we did Mex Americon.
We did Mex Americon, bro.
What is time?
Yeah, dude. That was our last event, really, of this of the season. Yeah.
Mex Americon was so fucking cool.
That was such an honor to be a part of,
Yes.
because Mex Americon celebrates all of, you know, the Mexican culture that in art.
In art.
Just in like, you know, especially like, you know, in comic books and stuff, but it's expanded way beyond that.
Yeah.
And I just felt so cool to be there.
Oh,
so
dude.
fucking cool.
And it was our first time in East Austin.
East Austin, doing what we do.
Yes.
And it was the best response we've gotten in Austin.
In Austin. Like, it was so fucking cool. And we were nervous. Like, because we even got asked, like, hey, what's your elevator pitch? Because we're going to have city council there. We're going to have people walking around. And if somebody asks us, like, what's that? And why is their name Paranormal Putas? And, like, why are they here?
Yeah.
Like, they would have to answer for us. And that made us fucking nervous.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, my God.
shit.
Like, Austin's not San Antonio.
No.
Like, you got to San Antonio, they're like, hey, putas, hey, like, good time party. Austin, on the other hand, very judgmental sometimes,
Yes.
especially Latino to Latinos. Like, it's a culture. We won't go there. But
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And we were nervous as fuck. And Bethany got in Bethany mode, like, dude, I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, this could be really bad. So we were anxious when we got there.
Anxious as fuck.
Anxious as fuck when we got there. And it was beautiful.
It was great.
We were received beautifully. Everybody was so fucking nice. A lot of the older, like, patrons walking by, like, looking like,
And
laughing.
But it's like, yes, that's the point, that we want you to laugh at the name. Like, I mean, sometimes we do get that side eye though.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah, it
of like
happens.
of those older generation of like, ugh, you know.
yeah.
And that's fair. It's not for you. That's great. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're crass and we're unapologetic about
Right,
it. You know, that's
right.
kind of the point. But it's always just better when you receive it well.
So it was really cool again, and like to be in our neighborhood, to be at like parks that we grew up in and around, and like, God, it was just so cool. And it was just a moment for me, like, where I was like, yes, I want to do this in this spot forever. Like, it was perfect. So
it was emotional for sure.
Yeah.
Just like you said, we grew up like right up the street from there. It was like right up the street from our dad's old house, you know, and like just being in our neighborhood and in our element on that and being received well felt good, because I'm not gonna lie, we feel like most of the events we've done up to this point in Austin, we weren't received too well.
No.
Like, it was just, they weren't our crowd.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And that's fine. Like I said, we're not for everybody. We're not here to be for everybody.
Right.
But it's just kind of a bummer when you're in a city and you feel like your own city doesn't care.
Yeah. And that, it is a bummer. So to have that, and then I think it was for me just a reminder of like, this is who we do it for.
Yes.
Like, the people that receive us, right? Like, this is exactly why we do it. And like, to see those faces and to see that response and to have those conversations, and we met really cool fucking people, and then to be asked like last minute to be part of a panel. Bethany freaked out, y'all. She had to do a panel all by her little baby shell. She was like, I don't know if I could do that. And I was like, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, she kind of made me.
I made her do
to
it.
like get out of my comfort zone. Because like, you know, when it comes to like the writing and stuff, we work together on it, you know.
Yeah.
But she was all like, like, no, you say it better, like on the spot, you know? So I was like, I don't want to.
It's true though. It's true. And then I thought it was funny because someone made the comment like, we did rounds, like kind of just mingling, networking with everybody, and someone was like, your sister was so nervous to go on stage, and then she opened her mouth and it was fucking amazing. Like she crushed it, and I was like, I know, that's why I made her go do it, because Bethany's just so fucking smart and just opens her mouth and it's like, what? Like mic drop every fucking time.
No, it's not. You're gonna jinx me, and now I'm just gonna be a
And now
little idiot.
But I'm waiting for the video footage for that because I really want to see it. But I saw like a little clip. There was no audio to it, but Bethany's like gesturing and talking.
Oh God!
And like the people behind and around her are like, yeah.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Oh no!
yeah. So
I do not want to see that.
You know she's truth bombing out there. And like really fucking rocking it, and I was just so proud to like see that and hear that, and my baby sister's growing.
I wish we could have done it together though. I always prefer to do everything together, but sometimes we have to split up, and that's a bummer.
It happens, but we rep, and you repped us well, because then people came by after like, I just saw somebody out there talking about the paranormal booth. Is that you? I was like, oh yeah, that was my sister. How'd she do? Tell me. Did she fuck it up?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. She fucked it up. She pooped herself on stage.
Typical. So that was really.
But I can't believe
cool.
we did Mex Americon. That was a shit.
Yeah.
I really, I
I hope they
place.
let us back.
That would
every
be
year.
cool. I hope so. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But we got asked to sign fucking posters there.
Oh yeah.
Like we signed the Mex Americon posters and stuff, and that was really cool.
Yeah. They gave those away in raffles and stuff like that. So somebody has like our autographs. What?
They probably scratched it out. They got alcohol and were like, me.
We don't like you guys.
Erase.
Oh my goodness, that's
But
so cool.
the biggest event I wanted to talk about.
Of course. Take a deep breath. Because this one changed our lives. Dude.
Yeah, so me and Leah put on our own event for the very first time. Like,
Very first time.
we're usually at someone else's event, so we don't got to do that much.
We just got to show up.
Yeah, this time we ran the whole fucking thing, and it was insane. Like, it was so much work.
So much
My
work.
God, so exhausting. But we went to Violet Crown Cinema, and we had the 44-seat house. We sold it out.
Yeah,
bro. We
dude.
sold out the fucking 44-seat house in like less than a week.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. And yeah, we had a multimedia experience. You know, like when I talk to people about that event, I'm like, yeah, man, my sister put on a multimedia market experience.
But we did.
Yes. So
Dude.
it was so cool because, like, so when you walk into the cinema, you see like this lounge area, and we had like a little check-in table.
Yeah.
And then like the other tables, like around the entire lounge, it was like a big circle of tables, and we had vendors.
Yeah.
You know, we had our shit out for sale. Consuelo with Curia Arcanum came in, and she brought in a tarot reader, which was so fucking cool.
Love 'em.
And then
Yeah.
the Austin Sands guy set up a booth with
Ouija boards.
Ouija
and,
board
yeah.
stuff. Fucking Curious Twins came
Yeah.
through and set up a little informational table about like what they do
Yeah.
and what they offer.
Des Love.
Des
Dude.
Love.
Everybody loved Des Love Creates. Now, Desiree is somebody, and she was on our, like, God, season
one or two?
Early season, Desiree is featured, and we grew up with Desiree. And she creates, like, little, like, jewelry and you know, earrings and all kinds of stuff, and she was posting on our Instagram, and
the
I was
cups.
like,
The cups
oh,
are
the
so
cups
cute.
are so
She makes the
cute.
cups, yeah.
Oh, she does so many cute things, and I was like, hey, you want to like do a market? And she was like, oh my God, yes. And like the effort that she put in to like show up and show out, and like the response that she got, like, because we always get nervous, but like this was our event, and like the last thing we want to do is ask people to show up and hope that they get a response. Like, I don't want people to feel like they wasted their time, I guess.
Me
is what I'm
too.
getting at. Like,
Me too.
Man, I did
I'm like,
all this,
I want you
and
to
I got
make
nothing.
sales. I
Yeah.
want you to get more people to follow, even if it's just like 3 more followers. Like,
Right. We want you to walk away with something. And because that's the goal realistically. And she made money, and people were at her table, and she had a good time, and we're just so thankful for that. And yeah, it worked out to be a really cute little put together market. And And like to Bethany's point, yeah, a lot of fucking work, like down to we made flyers, we made menus, we had specialty drinks thanks to Bethany and her amazing mind. And God, what else did we put together? The pamphlets, the programs,
the goodie bags. Everybody who came got a goodie bag, like your ticket. Like we did a tier system ticket with like, you know, a big goodie bag or a little goodie bag. And then we gave all the vendors goodies for being there. And then like, you know, the pre-show was fucking hell. Oh, God, we did a full pre-show where, you know, we put together a string of like some of the trailers from the people that supported us. Like we more specifically focused on people that supported the event. So that was like Hasta la Muerte, Paranormal Journal, the Ghost Seekers, Adrian Villegas, Latino Comedy Project,
which was so cool. And then, dude, we had fucking Saint Primo gave us,
bro. Saint fucking Primo.
Come on, where's your
patch? I have a patch. Fucking piñata protest on my jacket. I love piñata protests. I've seen them multiple times in shows. And then, you know, we asked like, hey man, do you want to put something on our pre-show? We'll promote you, whatever. Yeah. And he was like, oh yeah, I made this music video. And I'm like, no fucking way. Like that was you, bro. Like fucking Casualties are in there. Yeah. Fucking, it was so good. Like I got chills right now. I love that band. And we got to play their music video for our pre-show. Yeah. And, you know, so we called it a multimedia experience because it was like a string of videos, and then, you know, me and Leah would pop in and be like, what's up, you know, and like introduce people. And we had acts. Yeah. Like the first act was Fred and Steven of Curious. Curious Twins Paranormal. And they did a really cool presentation on one of the episodes that they did on their new podcast. Yeah. You know, it was all like devil centric. You know,
we haven't even said the name of the event.
Oh yeah.
What was our event even called?
It was Devil's Night with the Paranormal Putas. It was a Devil's Night party. Yeah. So it was on October 30th. Yeah. Devil's Night. Duh. So everything was kind of devil themed, you know. Yeah. Leah was dressed up as a little devil. It was real cute. But yeah, so the guys like went up there and did a presentation about like, you know, devil lore and gave some of their you know, clippets of their podcast up there, which was really cool to hear because it's new for them. Yeah. And they're already fucking killing it, as they always do. Of course. You know, and then we had we went on
and then us.
You know, we didn't even headline our own event.
No, we really didn't, but we didn't want to.
Like
we talked about it.
Was a conversation.
Yeah, we were like, do we want to fucking close the night? And it was like, fuck no. Yeah. Like, that's too much pressure for me.
One, it's too much pressure. Two, like we had to host. Yeah. You know, it's so hard. Like, yeah. And also I would have felt really weird. I don't know. I couldn't headline our own event. Like, okay, y'all. Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah. I don't know. We humbled ourselves for sure, but I think it was necessary. Like, we were the middle act, and we're, you know, building and moving the show forward, and it was really cool because we did another presentation. Yeah, not like something we've never done, like we've ever done before. And we talked about the Devil's Bird, baby.
Yeah, we talked about La Lechuza. Which I'm excited to delve more into. I want to talk about her in season 6. So I'm hoping to use some of that information. So hopefully you'll get to hear some of it.
A little bit more.
If you weren't at the party.
Or if you're not a Patreon, because a lot of that is on Patreon. I'm pretty sure.
That's all good.
And then it led, and we ended the night. We ended Devil's Night.
Bro.
With the Austin Seance, Jake and Albert performing a fucking seance.
Yeah, doing a live seance demonstration.
You guys,
fucking insane.
It was so good. Like everybody had a reaction, a response, and like there were even people on the stage, myself included, and like we're conducting a seance, and one guy was like, "This is real." Like I thought this was gonna be fucking fake. Like this is real. Like how is like we were hearing like water drips or something like that was happening, and he was like, "There's no water." Yeah, like, he was like freaking the fuck out, and the guys were like, yeah,
this is what we do. This is what happened.
This happens, you know. It was so cool.
I just love, like, again, their performance is so fucking good. Like,
so good.
They have it down, man, and they create such an ambiance to the whole room. Like, it was like the room changed, completely. Like all night, it was like this fun little wild thing, and then like we moved into their event, and it got like kind of just more somber and like moody and macabre, and they have like all these things. They bring in like the cabinet. They have a seance cabinet in their chairs and their bottles and like all this the Victorian era tools to conduct a seance. So it was just really cool, and I am so fucking grateful that they did it. Like, I can't believe they even talked to us.
I know, and the fact that they said yes, like, well, like, because those guys were back to back that month. Like, and they were like, y'all are our last event of the season. And we were like, oh shit, like, thank you so much. They even did kind of like a condensed version of the seance. Like, we didn't even, and we were fine with that. We were like, you guys have been busy. We're just thankful that y'all are even saying yes to doing this. And we accepted that, and it was still just so fucking great. Like, I was a little nervous. I was like, man, I know they're tired. I know they've been back to back. Like, oh, how is this going to translate? But they showed up, showed the fuck out, professional as fuck, and just made sure everybody left with an experience, and it was just so fucking cool. I couldn't believe that our first event, while it took so much work and we were up crazy fucking hours the night before of it, and like really making sure, again, it's just, we want to give you guys the best that we possibly can. Like, we will use every resource and every bit of manpower that we have. And then shout out to our cousin Mark and Viviana, who were like down to like check in people and run our booth and just be so many contributors. And I tell Bethany all the time, like, we've lived a life, and it's just like worked out that we know such amazing people, or that we've got to meet amazing people that are willing to give back to us. And it's just like, what? I can't believe it. So to have an event, a Paranormal Putas hosted event, I'm probably gonna cry. Like, it, I can't, like little Leah's like, you did it, bitch. But it's because of you and what we do and who we know. So I'm very thankful. And I really can't believe we did it. Like, even going around town and putting up flyers. Like, I told Bethany, like, we were, sorry, I really am getting emotional. Like, we were putting out flyers and hyping up the event, and we were going up to strangers and just being like, this is who we are. Will you pull up our flyer, please? And so many people were like, fuck yeah, that's cool. Shout out to China for a fucking badass flyer.
China made a beautiful flyer.
A beautiful fucking flyer.
So she knew exactly what we wanted. It was like, we want like old school metal flyer, like fucking like, you know, looks like it's a concert or something, you know, and it's just so fucking cool.
It's so good.
It really encapsulates Devil's Night. It's so evil.
It's so good. But like, all these things came together for like the perfect spell, and like, we casted our spell across the city. We paid for advertising, like things we'd never done before, because we believed in it so much. And then to see it sell out and to see it get that response, like, I think I sat in silence. I think we sat in silence and ate chicken tenders after, because we were just so fucking shook. Like, we couldn't process everything.
It was shooketh.
We were shooketh.
I mean, and the crazy thing is even when we sold out, because we announced it online, we got DMs like, fuck, I was trying to get a ticket, or I meant to get one next week, or is there any way we can get in? And like, it was crazy, like, just to see that. And I'm really grateful for it.
Very grateful. Like, hard work pays off.
And then also another thing I think really pushed our event over the edge was Mary J being there. Fucking Walter with Mary J being there,
Mary
getting
J.
everybody high. So it was like,
that's what really helped.
That's
Everyone
what
was
really
so-
everybody was so high. Well, like, you know, he gave away like samples of their different edibles, and if you know, like, their shit is high quality.
Yeah,
it is the best CBD you can find probably in the entire state of Texas.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like,
it's like legit THC. Like, I can't even tell it's like CBD. I get high off that shit.
Yeah.
And so it was so fun to like just see people drinking, and then like you could tell when some people were high and they were like
they was eating those samples.
It was so good. It was just so fun to see. And I love that even, you know, the Violet Crown let us do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
out.
Like, the fact that they were cool with us bringing it. Because sometimes that shit gets like iffy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I did have to talk to them like, hey, this is what Mary J is. This is what they want to do. Like, what can we allow?
Yeah.
You know? So it was just really cool of them to allow, like, the samples to come through.
Yeah, no, it was just awesome. And I think it was really cool because it all kind of represents us and who we are and things that we believe in. And again, just kind of full circle. It was really cool to have everyone involved that was involved. And then to see it be successful, because it would have broken our hearts to
Yeah.
ask all these people and then like nothing.
Yeah.
So everybody walked away. It was successful, and hey, fucking Austin Seance even put us on the first page of their quarterly journal. So that was cool.
If you become a Patreon with Austin Seance, they put out an incredible quarterly journal. They're beautiful, again, so beautifully curated. And Jake sent us a couple copies because we were in it, like, because we took a picture together on that night and they put it in there and like talked about the event. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
Like, just so cool.
it
Like,
was
just
so cool. What an honor to be
Yeah.
in the fucking journal.
It's
like,
true. It's true.
It was really cool.
Oh, love it. Love it. So that was fucking major. But that wasn't like, there was another major thing.
Yeah, I think the last thing on my list that I think was the biggest thing.
The biggest thing. I don't even like it's gonna make me have to poop. Like I got fucking anxiety just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But what happened? Do you want to say it?
I don't know who should say it. We were nominated for the best podcast in the Austin Chronicle.
Holy shit, dude.
I know. So if you're not from the Austin area, there is a really popular, kind of like a newspaper periodical called the Chronicle, the Austin Chronicle. And every year they do a best of list of everything in town.
Yeah.
Best theaters, best restaurants, best chefs, best actress,
Yeah.
fucking, everything. And we were for the first time on that list with our good friend Sustal.
Yeah, man. That's all I gotta say about that.
And like, even though like when we saw our name on the list, we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who did that? Why? Like, we were legit shook.
Yeah, because it was like, it really was like we had 2 days
It's like out of nowhere,
to
bro.
like tell people like, hey, you can nominate us.
Yeah.
And we thought like with the time frame that we had, like, oh, we're not gonna make the list, like it's whatever. But we tried, maybe we'll try again next year, no biggie. But then we made it on the list, and I was like, holy shit, we got enough nominations to actually be on the list.
Yeah.
It was so cool. And then to see our names, now we did not win it this year. There's always 2024, baby.
Yeah.
And if you hear me now, and if you see me now, stay tuned, because I'm gonna need your votes.
Yeah.
But no, like, just to be nominated, and to Bethany's point, in the Austin Chronicle, the Chronicle is something that we've been picking up. Since it's free,
birth.
but since like forever. Like, we would look up concerts in that show, like, constantly. So we've been getting the Chronicle since like middle school years, and it's a constant. I love the astrology. Like,
Oh yeah, that's so funny.
the Chronicle's a staple to us, and being Austinites and included on that list, and then even just to know that people were gonna see our names on the poll, like, that was enough exposure, or like, we saw our page and our platform grow just being nominated for this thing. And then like to the campaigning for it though was was a lot. It was kind of stressful. It was like you're anxious the whole time. Like, you're running for this thing, and it was an experience, and I'll for sure want to do it like all the time, win or lose. Like, it's just so fucking cool to know that we're on the list.
Yeah, it made me feel like for the first time, like we were recognized. Like I said earlier, being in this city, like what we do and who we stand for isn't always well received because it's not understood. You know what I mean? A lot of people in this city aren't from this city. So when you come across another Austinite, it's special.
Yeah.
And when the new people meet an Austinite, it's special for them because they're like, "What? You're the first fucking Austinite I've ever met." Or
You're
like
a unicorn.
Yeah, I'm so tired of hearing you're a unicorn.
I'm not a fucking unicorn. I'm an East Sider motherfucker.
But like, I've met people that are like, yeah, I'm from Austin. I've been here for 15 years. And I'm like, cool. Like, I will acknowledge that, and I will say, yes, you are an Austinite. You live in Austin, but like, we were born here.
Yeah.
We're like fourth generation, and like, that just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, baby, we are rooted in Austin.
And to be received well enough to be on that list was a really big deal. Like, it is, and it was just an honor to be on it.
Yeah, man, I cried.
I really didn't expect us to win. Maybe one day, hopefully, we will.
Yeah,
but just being on that list was enough for me.
Was enough. Yeah. I got our ballot framed.
Yeah.
Like,
me too. Well, I don't have it framed, but I have a couple copies that I'm going to frame.
It was just so cool, and yeah, wow. just wow.
Leah's at a loss for words.
I am. Like, this is why I love doing Aftershocks. Like, we get to really reflect and see why season 5 was such a fucking beast. Like, we did so much and we were everywhere that we could possibly be, and it paid off in such amazing ways. And our again, we're growing. And to see now, because we're not season 5, this will be the very last episode of season 5. And we're not putting them out weekly like we do typically in a normal season, but to still see the response and people still listening and people catching up and people still following and liking, even while we're kind of at a low or a slow point.
Lull,
yeah, like it's crazy, man. And it's just like, fuck, we're being received, and that's always gonna blow my fucking mind.
Yeah, that's what gives me anxiety.
Yeah,
you know me, I'm like, I want to hide away. You know, like doing this with you, like now, like nobody else is here, so I'm comfortable.
We're cool.
But in front of people, I'm like, I'm scared. like the idea of someone perceiving my existence really freaks me out. So I don't always want to be seen.
That's true.
It's such a weird thing. It's an internal struggle.
But you do it well, because I'll say that about Bethany. Like, any event, we're always freaking out the first, like right before we go on, you know, to present. And Bethany more so. Like, Bethany completely like will shut it down and like not talk, because she's got to like preserve her throat and her vocal cords. Like, she's a fucking diva already.
I'm harnessing my chi.
And she's like, where's my lemon honey tea? And
I wish. Fuck. I want some lemon honey
No,
tea.
it's true. She doesn't get any of that. But like, she gets very like in her head, and you can see it. And I know that. So I know I need to give Bethany that time. But like, once they call our names and we go on, like, she turns it on. And it's just so
do it
crazy.
For you, big
I know,
sister.
and, like,
do it for you.
She says shit like that. Like, I know I gotta like match your energy. And then like afterwards, it's like, okay, we need a minute. Like, because it's crazy sometimes, and it's just so wild. We're still just 2 girls from the east side who have full-time fucking jobs, lots of unhealed traumas, lots of shit going on, and we're trying to do something that brings us joy, and hopefully because of that it brings you joy. And all we again ever want to do is make it the best that it can be. And but we have moments through it, you know, and like sometimes our seasons have to pause because we're going through those moments, and that might even be some of the like why this season took us a year, because we're not going to force ourselves.
Yeah.
At
That's
any
something
point.
we've definitely learned over the years.
We got to
Don't
do it at our
force it.
pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like, you know, I'm not shy about it. My mental problems, you know, I get depressed and all that. So
Mental health's a real fucking thing, and like
gets-
more people got to talk about
yeah,
it. Like,
it gets brutal, you know, and then I get worn down, and because I'm seriously introverted, like I'll pretend to be an extrovert for a while, but after like a good hour, I gotta go. Like,
just got to shut it down.
woo! And that's also why I love Aftershocks as well, because you know we get to express those feelings. You know, like we work so hard to bring you the best we can, but we're still just 2 girls, 1 podcast.
That's good. That's good, bro. That's good. But damn, man, like looking back at everything we did for season 5, what would you rate Paranormal Puta season 5? How many claws you gonna give that baby? Just us. How many claws do we get?
I'm gonna be a bitch and give ourselves 5 claws, baby. 5 claws for season 5. Full load. 4 claws, 4 claws.
I have to agree. I think we pushed ourselves. We tried new things. We had different style guests. We started a YouTube like we've had YouTube, but we actually putting out videos that people get to see our faces.
Ooh,
I don't know why you want to. If you're watching this, like we're not in it because we're babes.
Yeah.
We're in it because we're funny and smart. Okay. But no, like I just think it's crazy. Like we did so much different and networked like fucking beasts, and still networking. Bethany does an amazing job there, and it's like I don't know, man, like 5 claws. I can agree with that, because I think, and you said it even before we started recording, every season we're gonna push ourselves. So season 6, baby, we ain't picking up sticks. We're gonna rock that baby.
We're gonna rock those HE double hockey sticks. I don't know. We're working on it. In progress.
But it's in progress. There's gonna be more.
There's gonna be more.
We're not stopping, baby. Oh man, I can't believe we're really done with season 5 though.
Yeah, thank God. I'm tired.
Fucking
I'm
tired.
so fucking tired.
We just need a little nap, a little
a
nap.
couple months.
Hibernate just a little while. But you can find us still. We'll do our best to keep you guys posted on the socials. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's TikTok, that's everywhere. You can check us out at paranormalputas.com. And we're trying to get really better with Patreon. And shout out to the Patreons that we have today.
Yeah.
You guys are so awesome, and thank
Yeah.
you for leaving amazing comments and interacting with us and really supporting us. We appreciate that. We know the world's on fire and everything's super fucking expensive, so to even ask people to be Patreons is like kind of hurts our stomach a little bit.
Yes.
But we want to do more for you guys, and like we've said, we're trying to navigate our own lives. So even if it's 4 quarters, if it's $1, a month, we're really happy to receive that, and we're very thankful to receive that. So yeah, shout out to our Patreons.
Yeah.
This was our first year with a Patreon page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that money really goes to putting on those events.
Yeah,
Doing shit
right
like
back
that.
into this,
Like,
yeah.
it's not like I'm going to get a fucking coffee with that money. Like, although don't get me wrong, like some people do that, and that's great, if that helps with your creative flow or whatever. But
Yeah.
like, I just want people to know that like we really are,
Pouring. Right back into the show. Yeah, like everything that we receive at any events. If you have contributed or purchased any of our merch, thank you, because you allow us to keep doing this. We bought a new ring light thanks to you guys. Hey. Like it's little things like that, and we will always pour into the show and give it right back to you guys, because we love doing it, and we will do it as long as we love it. And thank you guys.
Yeah. And also, we dropped a new graphic, El Chingon.
Oh my god!
And because of like the support, we get to do that.
Yeah.
We got to buy a new graphic, like, or get one created.
Yeah.
That costs money.
Yeah.
And then to get them made, that costs money.
Yeah.
So we
It's
were
true.
able to create El Chingon, and I love him.
Yeah, no, he's perfect. Definitely check him out on paranormalputas.com. You can get El Chingon in a sticker
Or a button.
and it's so fucking cool. He's such a badass.
He's so cute.
He's so cute. And another shout out to China, who's been our artist since day one.
Yeah.
She brings all of our visions to life so beautifully, and we get to bring that to you guys. And it really is full circle. And we love the community that we've built. And we just hope that it gets bigger and that we all just love each other and keep loving ghost adventures and spooky stuff. That's all.
I also want to say about El Chingon is that like the people asked for him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like when we would go to events, a bunch of guys were like, "Where's the paranormal putos? It's the puto. I'm a puto." And we're like, "We know you is." No. I sniffed you out. I could tell. No, but we made that, for the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we love it, and we had our own reasons for making it personally, but it was really like pushed because
Yeah.
people asked.
Ask for it. Yeah. And we're always going to do that. Like, please leave us comments, send us DMs, send us an email. Like, we're always going to take your feedback into consideration. I mean, within reason, like, let's be real. Some people, when you know, But, yeah, no, like, that's just so cool. Like, we're to be able to say you asked and we delivered, because that's all we're going to try to do. But yeah, just so many cool things. 5 claws. I'm tired.
Let's do it.
It's heavy. Let's do our last cleanse.
Cleanse with Jennifer Tilly.
Thanks, Jennifer, for all you've done. Yeah, let's go.
Give me the power, I beg of you. Hare do a dumbala. Give me the power, I beg of you. L'avoir mercier de poicherio. Ce soir Etienne au bois de mort. Hare do a dumbala. Wake!
Take one big deep breath in. Release that motherfucker out.
Oh,
Let season 5 roll off your shoulders.
shake that baby off.
Shake it out. It's done.
Shake it off.
Get it off of me. No Taylor Swift.
That's fair. I don't even like her.
We're cutting that out. We're replacing it with Pantera's respect. Are you talking to me?
That's right. We're badass. But thank you guys. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Per usual. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Leah.
And we're signing off with two besitos.
From these putitas. I'm tired.
I feel like that's what we say like every time after this.
That's a wrap.
Season 5 no longer live.